Hello and welcome, you join me ADG, and here we are for a little bit of a different video this time round. Basically I've just been looking through my YouTube videos and streams and stuff, and it's starting to become very apparent that I don't actually put up much racing, so I'm going to put up this race, which was race 9 of the GTTCC, which was a particularly good one for me and action packed. So I'm going to watch this full race back from my perspective and just give myself a little bit of coverage for a change and actually show some of my own racing. So anyway, we will start off. I'm not going to do full commentary, but I'll pick up on the important points here and there and basically just stay on board with myself and my perspective. Hopefully you guys enjoy this because it is a good race. See Robbers the Hood jumping through the field, Ginger Crackhead with a really good start behind. So they're already making their way up on the start. And away we go. I'm in the TT. So inevitably in the TT being front wheel drive, it's really difficult to get off the line. So I was quite happy that I managed to keep it in second. I could have quite easily dropped more positions than that with a bad start. So looking for the inside on Robbie to try and get back into first. This was a good race because of the position we were battling for, but at the same time it was it would have been a good race even if we were battling for 9th and 10th, for example. Just the way that me and Robbie managed to stick together in this race was unbelievable, and Dan at some points as well manages to come into the race. So side by side as we're heading into the heavy braking zone for the tight right hand hairpin. And Robust wins this time round. We're at Tokyo Expressway, south in a loop, and this was race 9 of the GTTCC, the penultimate race before the end of the championship. So good close stuff between me and Robbie at the moment. Closing right up on the brakes. CJW is going to be doing the full race review of this, so I'm just, for that reason as well, I'm just covering my own race. He's going to be doing the race review. It might be slightly different. I might make a guest appearance if it's possible and do a bit of commentary along with CJW. So messing up into there, outbraking myself into the heavy braking zone through that tricky little complex, and drop myself down by hitting the barriers, having a really bad exit. So Ginger Crackhead gets past, and the Peugeot behind nearly got past me as well, but just managed to fend that off for the time being. Trying to keep it as smooth as possible through that section to try and not scrub off any speed, because although it's a long straight, you are going through corners, so you want to be as gentle as possible on the steering. So try and get side by side on the exit with Ginger Crackhead, but didn't quite get the run compared to him, so just drop back in behind and pick up the slipstream again. I'm not one of these drivers that's scared of a failed overtake. I go for loads of overtakes that I don't manage to actually pull off, so So long as it's clean and there's no incident that happens from it, I don't really care. So a bit of a tap on the wall from Crackhead there, which has slowed us both down a little bit. But I've still got the run on him just about to be able to have a go into T1, braking at the 50 board, keeping it nice and close to the apex, giving Ginger nowhere to go. But Ginger's obviously picked up the slipstream all the way down here now. So me and Ginge need to start working together really to try and catch Roberts up. He's pulling a bit of a lead. Ginge down the inside. Close as you like through there, but keeping it clean. Down the inside, he's got it done. It's a really, really good race at the start of this one so far. Thoroughly enjoying this race already. With slight frustrations, kind of want to get past and just gain a bit of a lap to be able to get away, and try and catch Robbie, but it's not happening at the moment. But at the same time, this is what I race for. Positions and winning races is one thing, and it's really good, but close racing is you can't replace it with anything else. You might have seen a few of my practice lobby replay videos, just showing a bit of the action, and these guys have been involved in it more often than not. Ginger Crackhead and Roberts the Hood do quite a bit of practice with these guys, and I hope you don't mind me saying so, but it kind of shows. We just managed to keep it as clean as possible at all times, but still have some really good, close, clean racing. I managed to get myself back up in second. Now I've got the opportunity to catch Robbie. Robbie's had a bit of a moment there, so we're not actually that far away all of a sudden, and we can start thinking about sticking in his slipstream down this long section and reeling him in. Battle for third's hotting up, so go back on board again. Now there's not much action going on around me. Turned in a bit too early there, so I had a massive hesitation as I had to wait for the front end to grip even more for a bit longer till I could get on the power. Hit the apex too early, so giving Roberts a little bit of a breather. Through this section I was a lot quicker than the Jaguar. I didn't take that particularly well, and I've still caught up through that. Just seemed really slow through there, did the Jag. But everywhere else seemed absolutely fine, so it was just that particular part of the track, those 3 corners basically, where I seemed to be able to make up quite a lot of time on Roberts. And then being in the slipstream obviously for the long straights, that helped too. Might be a bit boring this race, but hopefully you see it as something slightly different. This was a really good race for me, so if anything, it could kind of give you some advice, trying not to be big-headed. Nowhere to go at the moment. Can I find the gap down the inside? Gone for it. Not got the overspeed though. So just drop back in, take the normal racing line through that corner now. And actually going to the back of Robus, I think that was the only well, tiny touch of contact that we had. I think we had a little bit more later on, but that was about as heavy as it got. Thinking about it again on Robbie. All this battling that me and Robbie are doing is slowing us down. Robbie leaning on me a little bit, trying to get over to the left hand side. He's compromised now and he's got Dan right behind, or side by side with him. I've got Dan right behind me. It all sorts itself out in the braking zone though. We're all sensible enough not to take each other out. So because Robbie had to defend to Dan there with the slipstream from behind, kind of allowed me to actually just go for the move whilst Robbie was preoccupied with Dan behind him. So it allowed me to get up into first. And this is my chance to try and pull a little bit of a gap, but it's incredibly hard on this track because of the slipstream. As soon as you're in first, it's almost inevitable that you're dropping back. So there goes Robos down the inside, takes first place back. Oh. So Dan right on my bumper now. So I can sniff a move into T1. And go for it on Robos down the inside. Keep it clean. And take first again. So again, I've just shot myself in the foot because I've just given Robos the slipstream all the way down here. So you want to get the moves done when you can do, when you're close enough to do, but it's not always the wisest thing to do. So Robbie gets a chance to come back at me straight away, down the inside, side by side through this one as well, and just about Robbie gets ahead. Again, important to keep it clean through there. It's easy to have a moment through there, so rather than have a moment, just drop back in second and follow Robus for the slipstream down this long straight. So this is pretty much how this track works. And that's how you got to think of it. If you get overtaken, it's not the end of the world. So side by side through this tricky little bit, flat out through this section, slowing each other down by doing this. So Dan's right on the tail of me now. He's probably wants to get past, but he's got nowhere to go because me and Robus are battling. So me down the inside of Robus now. bunches up a little bit, tiny bit of contact, and Roberts gets through with a better drive on the exit. Oh, touch on the wall there from me and Robert. So Dan coming through. I got late on the brakes and try to get back up into first. Really good stuff this. This is why I'm showing this race replay. And I need to show more of my own racing. They do have some good races, and when they're this good, it's worth a replay and a video. So just about got myself back up into first. As you can see, no one keeps the lead for very long in this race. So Robbie now side by side with me through the fast bit. I had to give him plenty of room, and I almost give him too much room. I had to lift out because then he'll hit the wall. So closing up, Robbie dives to the inside defensive, goes a bit deep and gets it wrong, so I get the exit, a little tap as we taking different lines. Side by side, just got to give way to Robbie there. Not really a corner you can go side by side through. Believe me, if you can, I will do. So Dan just sat there touching my bumper more or less for the last couple of laps, wondering when his opportunity is going to arise. He's probably thinking these guys are going to take each other out at some point. But not as of yet. Looking for the overtake again. Down the inside, the TT was so good on the brakes into there, could brake so late. Tiny touch on Robert, knocks him out of line a little bit, but fall back into line, lift off a little bit just to give him a touch, a split second of time to regain it without any incident, and then carry on. Battling hard in this one though. This was good. Look how close we actually are. So this is the biggest gap I've had in this race at any one point. Oh, it was, until Roberts has just driven past me. Tyres are starting to go now. Front left tyre's pretty much gone. Well, not gone, but I don't have a lot of grip. Can't carry the speed that I could do. Little bump draft on Robert. Nowhere to go, so might as well. Just improves our gap to the guys behind doing so. People ask why the people bump draft, well, it just makes sense. I don't see how it doesn't sometimes. If me and Robbie are getting away and I can't get past him, I'll just bump draft him so that we get a bigger gap to the guys behind. Simple as that. So Dan's pitted. Sorry, no, we've both pitted, and Dan pitted a lap earlier, so Dan's out in front of us now. So at this point, really, me and Roberts had to try and work together, kind of as much as we could, to try and catch Dan. I think Dan hit the wall as he came out of the pits, so if he hadn't done that, he wouldn't have given us the slipstream straight away. I find myself in third at the moment. Need to work my way back up now. Waiting for the slipstream just to help me catch up now. And there we go. We're all back together again. about 5 minutes left of this race. As you can see, it's been a good battle the whole way, from start to finish more or less. A couple of moments where there's been a bit of a gap, but other than that. So here we go, touch on the wall from me there, trying to follow Dan with the slipstream. Side by side with Robus interior, heavy on the brakes. Robus manages to retain his second place. Just have to settle back into third. Oh, hoo, hoo. Let's have another look. Could I have avoided hitting him? I went wide myself. Not the best driving from me, that one, I'll be honest. I think I could have avoided Robbie there, technically. Well, I went a little bit deep myself, went a little bit wide into the corner, missed the apex, and was always heading wide. But then just bad timing that Robbie did it on that lap. If it had missed the wall on that lap, I'd have probably hit it. So he kind of hit the wall and I just put him into it again, kind of thing. Anyway, up into second, and Robbie's perfectly capable of catching back up. Going for it early, side by side now. This just allows Robus behind to get double slipstream all the way down here now. Don't manage to get it done in the end. So it was a bit of a mistake from me that I thought I could probably get it done, so I went for it and then ended up just losing me and Dan a bit of time to Robus. So it was, in hindsight, it was a bit of a bad move. But felt like at the time, you had to go for every move that was there, because I was trying to win this race. You never knew if someone was going to have a moment behind you as well, and that's all of a sudden a gap that you might have. You might gain a 2-second gap, and that's a slipstream broken, so then you've got a chance of running away. But awesome driving from us three at the top throughout this one, and no massive mistakes that caused any big pain, apart from Robus towards the end, that is. So 3 wide nearly through there. Robus taking first, so he's come back from third into first, but I stick it down the inside. TT phenomenal into that corner on the brakes in particular. Not long left now. I'm back in first and I need to just try and keep it. but it's not going to be easy when you've got Robus and Dan behind you. So there we go, Robus straight through, up into first, drops me in second. And much like this race, we're still bumper to bumper. Oh, watch this one. Watch this one. Yes. Oh no. Yeah, it's that one. I thought it was the one. I went round the outside at one point on Dan, I think. So that's the move. Let's go back and watch that because I haven't actually seen this yet. That's the one where if you look behind, Dan goes into the back of it. Hits me too deep, I end up hitting the wall. Robus hits me as I hit the wall, and then just somehow just like spins him off. Just the connection, and it must be like the timing of the connection from me hitting the wall, and all that energy just goes through Robus. Completely unintentional for me. I've got hit by Dan and go deep into that corner. So it was a rare moment of actual contact, but it actually made a huge difference. So let's watch this again from Dan's perspective. Just taps me. It's not a huge hit, but it's enough to make me go deep. So it just punts me into the barrier, and then as I hit the barrier, Robus hits me, and my kind of energy from hitting the barrier just transfers to Robus and kind of spins him. So I didn't do anything wrong there. I feel like I didn't do anything wrong. Certainly didn't feel like it at the time because I'd got hit and went into the barrier. It just happens that Robus hit me at the same time, and then it was the weird physics from that though, just absolutely spun him. And that was the last lap as well, so this is the last lap. So just got to try and hold on to this now after that bit of drama. Real shame that though for Robbie after such a good race together. It's exactly the same as what I did to him a couple of laps earlier, where he went wide and I went a bit wide, and I ended up hitting him as he hit the wall. But it didn't have that kind of reaction, either because I'm in the TT or just slightly different timing of it. But it was more or less exactly the same thing, and nothing like that. It didn't really affect me whatsoever when I did the exact same thing in the opposite way around. Anyway, brilliant race overall. Still battling with Dan. Just managed to get myself ahead into these last couple of corners. Had to fight every single corner throughout this race for the overtakes. Absolutely brilliant. It's hard to defend around here as well. Some of the overtaking opportunities are really quite wide, which always lends itself to a cutback. So just about beat Dan over the line for a win. That was an awesome race, probably one of the best races I've ever had. It was unbelievable from start to finish, as you saw, really. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching. I've been ADG. Hit that subscribe and like button if you feel like it, and take care. See you again soon.